The lacking point is the fullest AI chips that US can produce, right? So they are focusing on, instead of, the interactive robots, they are focusing more on, sports and low production cost, which could, meet your requirements kinds, right? So entertainment, education. So the top companies in China are the Unitary Robotics and the Fourier and Ubitech, right? So you would have, I don't know if you have seen this Gala Spring Festival, where they have made 16 robots dance with the humans, right, at par. So the humans, they were so well synchronized and trained that they were able to dance with the humans, right? And there was another football competition that has happened among robots. So they are trying to bring up their technology and, working so much on the robots development. And US, on the other hand, yeah, complete AI focused high-end market, where their robots are focusing on warehouses, logistics, autonomous systems, and humanoid robots again. So the top companies are Tesla and Boston Dynamics, where, so Elon Musk says it's going to become, 10 billion by 2040. Right, so number of humanoid robots, be it companion robots or be it the warehouse or industrial robots, the number is going to grow that big as his vision, right? So we are going to, it's costly is the only factor, being complex to handle, right? But it's all fully provisioned, where when it becomes battery low, it just goes and docks itself, charges itself, and gets back to work, right? So everything is automated, where you have it like a human around in your surroundings, right? Then humanoid robot requirements. This is to showcase the tons of opportunities available in different areas of robotics and computer science and information technology, right? So you could see the number of companies involved in each kind of domain that a robot has to collaborate and work functionally well, right? So mental planning and decision making, there are so many companies, so many technologies required, and so many companies working on those chips. Sensing, plan, data collection, again, the technologies, the sensors required, the physical tools required, like the camera, the microphone, and everything, the semiconductor devices. So many companies are working on those. Power plane, system operation, right? So the battery of the robot, right? So how should it work? The cooling solution, the drivers, everything is done by so many companies. And the movement plane, right? The joints and the sensors and the motors and things like that. So those are done by so many companies in the market, right? So it's not just limited to, you should always do AI, right? So you have tons of opportunities in all these other domains also, which collaboratively help in the AI domain. Then, but of course, there are so many benefits and there are challenges also. What are the challenges seen today, and how is this humanoid robots going to be a pain or fear in human minds, right? So first thing is fear. What if it replaces humans, right? And hallucination, sometimes, since it's all pre-trained and working on some patterns and embeddings, it's possible that it generates some inaccurate or imperceptible data, which is kind of nonsensical sometimes, right? So data poisoning, it's possible that one set of companies work on the true facts being fed to the robots. The other side of companies can do fake robots, which have poison data, right? Which gives you always some incorrect and misleading data. And deep fakes are nothing but a robot programmed negatively, right? So which could be a completely fake one, where you expect a robot to answer something positive or something like that, but you get a completely opposite thing, and which will convince you and make you believe that, okay, this is related to what you have asked for, right? So those are called as deep fakes. And security and private threats, how much can we rely on robots and how much data can we share with the robots, right? Because ideally these are cloud connected and the data is available somewhere. Your data is stored somewhere which can be accessed by others. So the privacy threats are always there. And biased and inconsistent output. So this is again based on what you train. So it's possible that sometimes you get a biased output, right? And cost is definitely something which we need to consider, because the humanoid robot is never going to be ever, cheaper. So at least a basic Tesla robot, the Optimus, they're saying it will cost around, $20,000 to $30,000, right? So not everyone could afford that, right? So that is always a challenge. Then water consumption, how is this a challenge, right? So the robots are always working on chips and equipments and devices, and it's possible that they can get heated, right? So they do need better cooling system, right? To have them, not just the robots, the technologies that work in the background, right? The cloud data centers, everything needs to be maintained. So it needs a lot of water as cooling systems and to keep them out at bay. So that is one more challenge. And what is the carbon footprint, right? So carbon is nothing but the amount of carbon dioxide released by any electronic device or physical device for that matter, right? So even a human emits causes a carbon footprint in the environment, but that's very, very less compared to what this chat GPT produces, right? So for an example, this produces, so we use it as a playful thing now, right? But in the background, it causes a carbon footprint of about 200,000 pounds per month, right? Which is equivalent to 200 flights that is emitting carbon dioxide from New York to UK. So that much of carbon is released to the environment, and with so many robots coming into the environment, we can see the environment getting even spoiled and adulterated. But in spite of all that, what are the opportunities that we have, right? So AI system developers, those are the top talents that are being identified, and data science and analytics, where you help with the data sets and analysis of that and how to provide, better LLMs, and cybersecurity to prevent, privacy threats. STEM professions, this is science, technology, engineering, and math professions. Everyone needs this, have this opportunity, right? And healthcare division, which we spoke about earlier. Human AI collaboration, where the human can work with the AI technology and come up with better use cases of humanoid robots and simplify tasks and things like that. Creative professions, again, yeah, this is where your potential lies, right? So creative professions, where you think, okay, this will be better for this using this technology, come up with innovative ideas, right? And then try to solve that problem. So the key thing is AI will redefine the roles and amplify the potential, right? End of the day. So how can you be at par with the technology? These are the only possible ways. Embrace continuous learning, right? So now they are saying, instead of removing existing subjects from the curriculum, AI should also be added, because I think in somewhere in the keynote it was mentioned that the core is always required, right? So the core is always required, be it electronics, electrical engineering, robotics, computer science, information technology. The concepts that you have in your basic subjects are always required, and these are evolution and technologies based on those, right? So these are always going to be added to your curriculum than being replaced. Right, so continuously learn, double down on human-centric skills, try to be a discriminator, challenge the robot, right? And try to prove that the human is more intelligent, right? And so you can always keep feeding the robots with more inputs. So you have to be emotionally strong, and intellectually strong, so that you try to keep constantly train the robots in a better manner, right? Learn to co-work with AI by knowing the technology. Multi-domain skill stack to see how collaboratively things work, right? Not just the robotics domain, not just AI, but how things work together. focus on roles that involve decision making and strategy. Think like an entrepreneur, right? So if you have to start a new company, what do you want to come up with, right? So what new product do you want to innovate that will help users and people, right? So think like an entrepreneur and have your digital presence in portfolio, like having good profile in LinkedIn, showcasing your talents, exhibiting your interests in things, and showing challenges, design that is going to help you in getting better jobs, right? Be smart to ask the right question. This is always true wherever you go. Potential. So that's my concluding the moral of this presentation. So creativity has survived in many different forms, right? And technical shifts have happened over these years, and Gen AI is just the next evolution that has happened, right? So we don't have to worry about or fear about the technology, but rather try to co-work with the technology, right? So this the last slide talks about. So this is just to show you uh, two simple folks. So Ashok Keluswamy, now he's a Tesla's VP of AI, but this is to show how his potential has helped him reach there, right? Because he is a normal engineering student from Chennai, right? But then his the way he posted his use cases and design solving and decision making in LinkedIn has found him a job in Tesla, right? And that's how his social portfolio has helped him grow his career, right? And he was the main person for the whole of autopilot team in Tesla, right? And now he has become the Tesla's VP, right? So again, yeah, he is around the 2000s batch, but he has studied the core subjects, right? But how he has developed his potential is what matters here, right? And it needn't be in the field of AI, but this is another woman who is CEO TrashCon Labs, who is I put her here to show how innovation has helped her become a popular person, right? So she just had to struggle for almost 8 months to come up with an idea of segregating the wet and the dry waste through machines, right? Since everywhere there is a huge dump of wet and waste combined together, and there is no way of separating out, causing hassle to the environment. So she tried to and struggled with so many startups and designs, and finally she was able to establish this Trashcon Labs, and her machines are successful now, right? So that is how innovation kicks in, right? So try to think like an entrepreneur and see how you can solve a problem better in the environment, right? That's where you're going to shine in the market. So how is Oracle Academy helping you here? So we have the Java pathway, we have multiple courses, we have the tools available in cloud to try out for free, right? So once you have this membership in Oracle Academy, you get access to all these resources, right? So you can always reach out on this email ID for further information and look into this link for all the courses offered for free, right? Just take a membership and start exploring the courses related to AI, machine learning, cloud infrastructure, and whatnot. Right. So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much. Now we can have the Q&A session.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jyoti Ganesan, for your thoughts on reliability, scalability, and the real world impact of Gen AI. Were truly enriching. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yeah, Tulsi, I can hear you. Yeah.